Hello and welcome to my channel, Meandering with Nia. My name's Nia, and let's meander. All right, let's try our hand at this theme song that I just made in like -5 seconds. Wait, let me try to, in case I need to, you can't even see my hand, so here we go. Welcome to Meandering with Nia. Honestly, I feel like that's pretty dope. I think that's the thing. I was gonna try to come up with words like, come on, let's meander with purpose. Come on, let's meander with Nia. Okay, that's like my first question for all of my subscribers in the audience. What do you think? Should the theme song have words or no words? I mean, as of now, the words are, come on, let's meander with purpose. Come on, let's meander with Nia. Maybe no words. Maybe just, but I feel like this is a hit. Should I get my, I feel like I want to get my hands in the video, but I'm not wearing pants, so maybe not. I feel like there's a way though. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let's meander. All right, so we got the theme song done. Also, shout out to my childhood piano. I am in my childhood home. I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. We were not expecting this at all. We're not expecting this, and yet here we are. Here we are, y'all. I'm really excited because I think I love vlogging. My heart is so happy right now. I have never really done this before, yet I'm feeling like I was created for this. It's giving purpose. It's giving Nia. It's giving the 7th principle of Kwanzaa. Anyways, I think my biggest challenge is going to be that I actually love talking. And I've decided to use the YouTube platform because all the other platforms, I mean, the only other platform I have is Instagram. And Instagram, it's not really long form videos there. It's really like you need to get your stuff said in like -5 seconds because Instagram is not for 10-minute videos. So, I'm just really excited to be here. Honestly, for myself, I am showing up for myself to document this journey that I have been on and will continuously be on. And what I decided I wanted to start off with is shout out to a really beautiful friend of mine, Avrita. She recommended this book. I don't know if it's gonna come backwards, but it's called Meditations for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. 4 weeks to embrace your limitations and make time for what counts. And I thought to start off this series, because I mean, there's so many other episodes that I can do. I mean, like, already just being like, I got so many episodes, but I do. And y'all are gonna love it. And by y'all, I don't know who's watching. Like, shout out to, I know, I'm believing that Julie, you gonna be out here. Annika, maybe Lucretia. I don't know if Jaquan gonna make time for my videos. Anyways, but for all the folks that are watching this, if like random people on the internet watch this, I hope that this encourages you. I am thinking about, I mean, I guess I could give a little bit of context, But honestly, it's in the description. I left the United States in 2022, and June 17th, a very unexpected event happened in my life while I was in Brazil, and it had me within 6 days picking up all of my stuff and rapidly returning back to the United States. We may or may not get into the details of that story at another time. However, I am realizing that my life has been a series of. You remember those? I don't know what the age range of people on this channel will be, but back in the day, my day when I was younger, there was a series of books called A Series of Unfortunate Events. And I feel as though low key my life, I don't want to say it's been a series of unfortunate events. It's been a series of events. It's been a series of unexpected events. And right, quick little, what do you call it? Like 5-second summary is like, I was supposed to be a doctor. I did undergrad, studied biology for 4 years, and then was like, it's not for me. I'm not about to like study for 15 more years and then like not be happy. So didn't do that. Then I thought I was going to start a church. I worked as a campus pastor for 3 years, and then I got severe burnout, and then I had to unexpectedly resign because I was having a mental health moment. And then I was like, okay, let's pivot, but I can like still start a church. Let me go to divinity school. So then I went, shout out to Yale Divinity School, got my master's degree, and then I thought I was going to start a church, and then I interned at a church, and I was like, no. Churches are kind of like businesses, and then like I don't get to actually hang out with people. I have to like worry about like the finances and the worship team. It's not giving. So I was like, oh, okay, well, let me pivot again. Let me be a hospital chaplain. And then COVID hit, and then I was like, you know what? Like, what if I actually stop trying? Oh, there was also a stint where I worked for a nonprofit, and then, I mean, if you know nonprofits, you know it didn't work out. So I was like, what if I stop planning my life and I just follow joy? And joy, I'm not seeing it in the United States of America. So what if I use my 8+ years of studying Spanish in junior high, high school, and college to go in a Spanish-speaking country? And long story short, I end up, for the last 3 years, being in Costa Rica, Mexico, Cali, Colombia. I had a little stint in Cartagena, a week in Medellin. Also shout out to Tembiqui. And then most recently, Bahia, Brasil. Então, agora eu falo português também. Okay. Wow, I'm just having too much fun. This is really just for me. But now I'm realizing I'm actually not in Brazil anymore. I'm in my childhood home in Ohio. But yeah, so all of this to say, I have realized that my life has been a series of unexpected events, and I've continuously had to pivot. And as hard as it has been, and especially this most recent event that happened June 17th, that just like uprooted my entire life, and I just had to be like, gotta choose safety, gotta choose my life, like gotta get out of Brazil and like be safe. I'm realizing that this isn't new for me, even though like each time the circumstances that require me to leave are different and new, whether it's me actively making a decision to resign from a job, whether it's me actively deciding that I don't want to pursue a career in the medical field through the mode of being a physician, like a medical doctor, whatever it may be, I am constantly pivoting. And so I thought, why not document this pivot? And this book is like already, I was in the introduction, which is only like 6 or 7 pages, and tell me why I spent like 2 hours journaling about the introduction of 7 pages. And so I thought that today, for this first episode, I would, sorry, I'm just like so excited. I would go through day 1 of the Meditations for Mortals, and I thought, why not every day get on here and go through the meditation, the daily meditation, like for myself, accountability, and for anybody who wants to come on the journey. And so each meditation is only a page long. I'm not going to read it because I also don't know if that's like legal, like copyright, because then I would just be like reading a book to you, and that's giving like audiobook, and none of y'all are paying me for my voice. So I'm just going to give a little bit of snippets and what my takeaways are, and just do that every day for the next 4 weeks. That's wild. I'm committing though. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Wow, I've already been talking for 9 minutes. Do you see the problem? Do you see the problem? Like, this is gonna be the problem. I don't even know if I'm gonna want to watch myself back for 8 minutes. But here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like my third take of trying to not talk so long. I'm just gonna try to get into it. What my plan is. So day 1's chapter was on, let's see, this is my little journal. I took notes. So week 1 is all about like accepting our finitude as humans. And my main takeaway, I love this phrase. I think I'm going to actually title this YouTube episode based off of this phrase, which is playing in the ruins, which is a phrase, a concept that was come up by a writer named Sasha Chapin. I don't know exactly how to say their name. Chapin is the last name of Sasha. And a quote from this book from Oliver Berkman that really resonated with me was the following. Our problem was never that we haven't found the right way to achieve control over life or safety from life. Our real problem was imagining that any of this might be possible in the first place for finite human beings. And then ends with a quote by Mel Weitzman saying, our suffering is believing there's a way out. And I am sitting with that right now. I don't know how all y'all's lives are in July of 2025, the year of our Lord and Savior. I don't know why I said Lord and Savior. But it's rough. It's rough. I was supposed to be building a beautiful life. Literally, I did the math because I've been keeping a running timeline. 14 days ago, I was in Brazil. 14 days ago, I was in Brazil. On July 3rd, I was supposed to have an appointment with the Polícia Federal to get my 1-year visa for Brazil. No, literally, day 14 in the U.S., y'all. Today, July 7th, 2025. And instead of being in Brazil celebrating getting a Pix, I was about to get a Pix account so I could pay. If you're Brazilian or if you're in Brazil, you know what I mean when I say a Pix. I got my CPF. I was about to get a Pix. I was about to be able to pay people. However, that's not my reality. And that's why this book is really sitting with me. And this whole first week is about accepting the finitude and remembering that life is all about the pivots. You know, I call this channel Meandering with Purpose, Meandering with Nia, right? Meandering with me. Because to think that I could actually plan my life, you know, they say like humans plan and God laughs. It's giving I plan and I laugh, you know? And I'm not saying that I've like given up all hope. Like, I'm still going to make decisions and attempt to build a future. I'm just like, I'm not grasping onto anything, because what I realized so much as I was reflecting today was like part of the like dangerous cycle that I keep getting into every once in a while that I keep thinking I have like overcome is holding on to something so tight because it's the plan and I want the plan to work. And I'm realizing that even with Cachoeira, my beautiful city that I love so much, I had begun to re-enter into a cycle, a tendency I have of like, I have chosen Cachoeira. This is the plan. The plan is that I will be here at least for sure for at least 1 more year, but like hopefully another 3 to 5 years, if not like another 5, 10, who knows, 15 years. But it was like, the plan is like, I am not leaving Cachoeira. And then I got so attached to the neighborhood that I was in. I loved meus vizinhos, my neighbors. I loved my house. Like, my house was so beautiful. Like, the river, o Rio Paraguaçu, the Pôr do Sol, the sunsets there. Like, I was like, I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving. And look at me now. Where am I? I left. I wasn't supposed to leave, but I had to leave for my safety and for my life, which we'll get into at another time. However, I'm not there anymore. And I delayed leaving even when there were like signs that I like needed to leave for my well-being, because I just didn't want to have to pivot again. I've been spending the last 3 years pivoting within multiple countries, and my hearty heart just wants a home. And I put all of my just like dreams into Cachoeira. I was giving it my all, and I think I was holding on a little too tightly. And so this abrupt interruption reminded me again the importance of being able to pivot, the importance of being able to understand that like nothing is guaranteed. And that doesn't mean, again, I can't make decisions, I can't choose, I can't make plans. I can just really learn how to detach from the outcomes and the expectations I have. So that's what I'm learning. That's what I've learned from the first day. Honestly, these videos, like, it's not going to be polished, y'all. Like, I'm not spending any time. I'm doing this off the riff, y'all. Y'all saw the theme song I just created. That was off the riff. So that's what I got for y'all today. Maybe what I will end with is I went back to a journal entry that I wrote when I was 24 years old, which would be not 8 years ago. That's wild. Okay, so it'd be like 2017. And then I journaled about my 24-year-old journal reflection, which was, okay, so these were the words of 24-year-old Nia. And I think we'll just end with this. Sometimes God is more excited by the fact that we're excited more than what we're excited about. I pray this may be an encouragement that just because we feel that God, divine love, universe is calling us to something, and then suddenly seasons seem to change drastically, this doesn't mean that we heard wrong. It simply means that through our obedience to follow Spirit, they are continuously showing us aspects of our deepest selves as we learn what brings and gives us joy. And then 31.9-year-old Nia wrote today on July 7th, 2025. And so I celebrate all that the city of Cachoeira taught me about myself, about joy, about what I need, and also about my tendencies to still hold on to and fight for control at the expense of my own well-being. I learned that making a choice and commitment doesn't have to be scary and can actually bring so much beauty. And even in the choice, there is still always room for change, evolution, and growth. So with that, may we know in our hearts that just because we're pivoting again for the 14th billionth umpteenth time, it does not mean that we have failed. It does not mean that I made a mistake. It means that I am a human being, and I'm a finite human being, and that I live in a world that is constantly changing. I live in a world with other human beings who are also constantly changing, who are also constantly making decisions that impact my life and my ability to be in certain spaces and places. And so I just pray that I can continue to be able to make decisions, know that I don't have this sense of lack of agency or control in my life, while also accepting that hyper fixating and focusing on attempting to control my life in every aspect of it is not the vibe. It's not the vibe. So that's what I got for today. I'm showing up. I'm doing this little YouTube channel and I'm really happy. So let's really quickly end with the theme song. Thanks for meandering with Nia, and I'll see you next time. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.